Okay, now let's take a look at the rest of the transaction E, F, and G. So if you have already attempted the transaction, now you may want to check your answer with what I have here. So if business return goods to Yi Ching, you must ask yourself who is Yi Ching. If I return goods to someone else, that someone must be our supplier. We must have bought goods from them previously, so now we are returning goods. So goods are commonly known as inventory. If I return business goods to supplier, your inventory will minus by $2,000. Then you think, what are inventory? Inventory are actually our current assets. Other than that, who is I Ching? I Ching is in fact our trade payable. Trade payable are current liability, so trade payable I Ching. So if I return goods to I Ching, ask yourself, do we owe them more or less money? So we will owe them less money. So if you were to sub it into the formula for your owner's capital, so what are my assets? My assets actually decreased by 2,000. Then I minus. What happened to my liability? My liability also minus by 2,000. In fact, decreased by 2,000. So what is the overall impact that you have here? Is actually no effect. And if you were to do the same again for your working capital, you are likely to get the same result because current assets and current liability are part of the formula for working capital. Okay, let's take a look at transaction F. We have a fire loan. These are business loan, but the owner is using her personal money to pay for it. So what are loan? Loan are actually non-current liability. We take a long time to pay back the loan, usually more than a year. So loan, when we pay back, we owe the bank loan more, less money. So when you pay back, you owe lesser loan. At the same time, ask yourself, are we using business money? So if you read the question carefully, it's actually Carla's personal bank. So we are not going to involve the cash at bank of the business. Instead, we call this a C, meaning this is capital contribution by the owner. So now if I look at the impact on your owner's capital, what is the impact? Is there any assets? No. Is there any liability? Yes. Liability include both current and non-current liability. So with no assets, zero assets, and minus your liability, actually, okay, there's no assets, minus your liability actually decreases by 9,000. So what is the overall impact on your owner's capital? In math, minus the minus, what do you get? It's actually a positive. So in fact, your owner's capital increased by 9,000. Do I need to put in the capital, the 9,000 into your owner's capital? Actually, not really. What about the working capital? Is there any current assets? No. Is there any impact on the current liability? No. So that's why we will just write no effect. What about G? If owner were to take out cash, meaning business cash for personal use, what are cash? Cash are current assets. Cash taken out by the owner will cause a reduction in the business cash. And we call them D because it is meant for personal use. These are owner's drawings. The drawings plus 800. So when you look at the effect on owner's capital, assets which include your current assets actually decrease by 800. There is no impact on your liability. So usually what we will do is we will just write overall there's a decrease in your assets. decrease by 800, and you do the same for your working capital, because as I mentioned, cash is actually part of your current asset. There's no current liability.